Hello, Starcraft fans. Welcome back to another RetroCast. Got an excellent game for you here today. It's going to be SnOw versus JaeDong in the MSL Pop Finals. This was played way back in 2010. 2011. One of those December to January finals. This is in the round of 8. And neither of these players made it to the finals, so it was one of those funky ones. Yeah. Here is the map that it was played on. I haven't seen this map for an incredibly long time. It's Dante's Peak. As you can see, you've got these high ground ridges all the way around the map, but only about the same number of bases as a fighting spirit game, except for these outside bases. This is really like a combination of Vermeer and Retro in my mind. If you guys can see the comparison, the ridges, the base outside, but then the high ground bases all around the map, ringing the map here. This is an interesting map. Kind of fell out of favor though. We might end up seeing why in this game here as well. So we've got JaeDong down here at the bottom left and SnOw in the top left. This is, I think, before the real prominence of SnOw, right?
Yeah, this was SnOw was becoming what one might say an up-and-comer. I feel like this was the series that kind of put him on the board, on the map, as a Protoss to watch. Honestly, he was super under. I don't know. JaeDong was super favored to win the series like 3-0. You know, he's the greatest Zerg of all time. He just came off of facing Flash 3 times in a row in the MSL, and this is a super Zerg favored MSL. There's 5 Zergs in the round of 8. Spoilers, 2 Zergs in the final. But here we are, SnOw taking JaeDong to game 5 here.
So the last game of the series, a second cannon getting thrown down here from SnOw. Only a few lings popping out. Okay, 6 lings. So it definitely justified in throwing down that extra cannon. I don't know the rush distance here on the map, but I think both cannons are going to finish up. JaeDong sees the Overlord over the natural that 2 cannons are going to be done here. So we'll just send his lings back to chase this probe. Nexus comes down, and a 3rd base on the way here for JaeDong. So I'm expecting, you know, we've done a lot of casts of really old games on this channel. Most recently, Boxer versus Yellow, where the game looked nothing like the games that we see in the modern era, but this I'm expecting to be much more similar to what we see here in 2023.
Yeah, like Boxer vs. Yellow was like primordial Starcraft, right? It was like watching Homo erectus, and this is Homo sapiens Starcraft, I would say. That this looks, I'd say, I remember this game being like, oh, this is how you're supposed to play like late game PvZ on both sides,
right?
And I'm curious to see how much my memory of that holds up today, about how different it looks. But I remember being like, this is incredible gameplay and like well-timed tested strategy on both sides.
All right, we'll see how much that holds true. We've got the layer coming up here from JaeDong. Will likely be getting his Spire on time here. We're getting a shot of the crowd. I wasn't able to put the intro into this game because, of course, they have copyrighted music, but I'll throw up a small preview of that on the screen here for you guys to watch. It was a pretty incredible crowd back then. They were cheering very, very loudly for their favorite players. It's kind of a golden age in Brood War, just before the release of Starcraft 2.
Might have been slightly after, actually.
Starcraft 2 is 2012?
2010. I think, no, it's 2010 summer, 2010? I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit off there.
The only dates I can remember are like video game releases and Starcraft matches. So one thing I'm noticing that's different compared to modern PvZ is JaeDong taking this other main for, you know, this other natural for his third. You almost never see that anymore. And it's so far away, you know, like looking at it, I'm like, man, that's so far away.
This style is still used sometimes by players like Larva, Action, Hero. Occasionally on certain maps where you can really junk up the front of the natural, like stuff it full of sunken colonies and buildings to make it really, really hard for the Protoss player to attack you with zealots, and then get that free fourth base. The Spire just barely finished there. Gonna go to work on this Overlord. This is so closely timed here. Generally, the rule of thumb is if you get there and the Spire is already finished, you can't kill an Overlord before the Scourge pop out. So yeah, it takes about the same amount of time to kill an Overlord as it does to produce a Scourge. So yeah, it looks like he's gonna... Oh, he got it! Oh, wow. Actually managing to get that. He will get out as well. So nice pick off there. Templar Archives on the way here. What's going to be the strategy from SnOw to take down this turtled up base? Look at the turtling here from JaeDong. He's going to put a bunch of sunken colonies in that location. He's going to catch some zealots out on the map as well. I think there's a zealot that's managed to slip by this. Oh, there they are. It's a little bit to the south of the screen. It's still hard. This is not the worst video that we've seen on the channel, but this is still pretty tough to see the mini-map. Oh, looking for more pickoffs there. He managed to grab a couple of those zealots before the attack begins, but the remainder will head down here towards the south. Oh, another one coming out. Could catch that one as well. 5 zealots gonna make their way over here to the natural. He's got Hydras out already, though. Should be able to block this out. I don't know who that is in the crowd. Maybe someone famous. Another zealot getting caught.
Just some people.
Scourge getting in. Yeah, go ahead.
In 2008, that JaeDong vs. Free game, JaeDong had no kind of Sim City going on at his bases. He just had, hey, here's a wall of sunken colonies, like it's PvZ. But now he's got some Sim City going on, and so there's definitely that transition happened in those 2 years of Zergs knowing how to place their buildings at their naturals to get the most out of their defense.
Yeah, a huge difference that makes, having that extra bit of Sim City for your Hydralists to hide behind. This is when the mass zealot style was really popular as well. Zealots and Corsairs became so strong. He managed to get one Corsair here before they jump on top of these Overlords, but he should be able to get an Overlord or two. A couple more are popping out in the main base, and he's going to get a second one at the natural. Oh, Scourge coming after these Corsairs. Oh! Well, that was interesting. Pulling out, stopping a few of the Corsairs and allowing one of them to continue running forward there. You don't see that move very often. But he manages to kill the Scourge without taking any further damage. That was pretty amazing play there from SnOw to keep that alive. But I think that with this 4th base coming up, JaeDong is going to be feeling really good about his position. He hasn't had to add on a ton of sunken colonies here. He's actually putting a sunken on the front of this wall. That's interesting. So maybe not quite reaching that understanding of the Sim City and how powerful it can be.
It looked good on the other side.
More hatcheries coming up here. He is gonna, oh, it looks like he actually wants to set up a lurker wall here at the front of his natural. He's popped out another colony here. He's probably gonna transfer that into a spore. Yeah, look at that, spores out in the front.
Yeah,
this is modern play right here.
Yeah.
Tiny bit of a lurker contained here while the observer has yet to pop out. Might be able to get one of these buildings. Maybe the barracks. Probably not the forge here though. Forge is spinning, so he definitely doesn't want to allow that to go down. May even end up having to spend some storms to get rid of that. An overload was picked off, trying to head over towards the natural of SnOw. I'm not sure if that had something loaded up or not. We can't tell if there was.
I think it was just a spotter. I think he just
possibly
must have just finished Overlord speed within the last minute. So I don't think he would have had time to get drop also.
SnOw has a base being set up at the 12 o'clock. He's going to come out here with some zealots and clear this out with the first observer. Does come forward though with the Lings and Hydras to stop that from happening. A drop coming forward to the natural. I'm not sure if it's a storm drop or not, but he could get a lot of damage here with JaeDong being distracted out on the map. Here we go, storm drop. Oh, this is such a quick storm drop. It's gonna get a huge amount of damage as well. JaeDong losing a massive number of drones here, but still holding on to this contain, and it looks like he's managed to get rid of the 12 o'clock base as well. So that 12 o'clock base had to be canceled. So JaeDong here, even though he's lost a lot of drones, oh god, he may even lose more here. This big transfer, very, very scary, but since he managed,
you almost never see storm drops this early in the game anymore.
Yeah, this is a very, very early storm drop. I think it might be because busts are so common in the early game.
Yeah.
Going out with a few of your early storms can be really dangerous. But it worked out pretty well here. The problem though is that SnOw, he doesn't have another base. He doesn't have the sheer unit number here to push out, but that DT allowed him to break the contain pretty simply. Another storm drop here. Oh my god, 12 kills on that Templar. That's brutal. The income here is still looking very, very good for JaeDong though. He should be able to replenish this. The problem is, while he's replenishing this drone count, SnOw should be able to get a couple of bases up and running here, probably going up to 4 bases himself. So far, he's just getting this base out here in the front. He's going to lose a probe, maybe a cannon as well. No, Ling's running by here. But while he's reproducing that drone count, I don't think he can field a large enough army to crack SnOw on this base. Oh my god, as I say that, look at all the Hydra here at the front. Lurkers on the high ground. This is a bit of impassable terrain at the moment. Similar to Vermeer in the modern day, those high grounds are going to make it very difficult for Protoss to push forward. Wow, great micro there from SnOw to keep those Corsairs alive. He's going to continue to pick off Overlords, continue to protect that shuttle that now has the shuttle speed as well. And we have SnOw carrying a Reaver around here. This is like modern SnOw play, actually, having a Reaver in the shuttle.
It's a signature. Since he was a little, man, I forgot to mention, look how young SnOw is in this video. He's probably like 16 years old or something.
Yeah, very young indeed. Look at that, 2 Reavers here. This is something that even in the modern day, Protoss players are having difficulty emulating.
Yeah, I mean, it's early in the game to, you know, okay, yeah, we have a timer in the caster UI, so yeah, it's only 14:30 in the game, and he's got 2 Reavers in the shuttle. You don't usually see this until Protoss has 4 bases or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Gonna drop out these Reavers. Beautiful storms here. Oh my god. Killing so many Hydras, and the Reavers mopping up the remainder here. Looks like he's gonna run forward, try to pick this off, but both the Reavers do survive. 15 kills on that Reaver already. The shuttle is very, very low on HP. He almost managed to snipe that. But it's still alive here, can still transport this forward. You're gonna pick up the Reavers. That's a dangerous, dangerous shuttle here. It looks like it is gonna go down.
Oh,
he gets the observer.
Oh, I thought he was going for the shuttle, and then he just flew away. Okay, he's going for the observer.
Gonna get the shuttle now with the Hydras. Kills both of the Reavers as well, and shuts down this attack, it looks like. Coming in from the left-hand side, though, some of the reinforcements gonna break through these lurkers. JaeDong struggling a bit here, but he should be able to get a force together to mop this up here shortly. So SnOw going to back away for now, heading up onto that high ground, a much better place to fight the reinforcing units of JaeDong as he gets this 4th base up. Looks like we're going to go into an even longer game here with JaeDong potentially needing to take a 5th base pretty soon. His 4 base production, excuse me, is getting very, very strong. Oh god. This base here at the 12 o'clock, Lings could get up there and start to cancel some of the cannons. He is moving his army to intercept. Cannons are being denied here, but look at that. Zealots will save the day. Is Adrenal finished already? Wow.
Yeah.
That's a very quick Adrenal. On 4 bases, though.
Yeah, when you're going triple Evo like this, I mean, Adrenal's the first thing you get when Hive's done, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Those Lings trade better than anything else in the game. We've got Defiler Mound here as well. We're heading straight into the late game. Looks like shuttle will be intercepted by these Hydras. Does back away, though. Here comes some more Scourge. Gonna finish off the remainder of the Corsair. No, 1 survives. Another Storm Drop here into the natural. Not that many drones, and a great pullback from JaeDong. Here comes the Scourge. Oh my god. The juking and jiving here from SnOw. So good. And you can't catch this. It gets away. Very impressive stuff there.
The only thing that should have been in Starcraft 2 is it's the same game as Broodwar, but there's a Hive Tech upgrade to make Scourge better. You know?
Yeah, to make them a little bit faster. That would have been
a little faster, better at actually hitting the guy when they're next to him.
Oh, another Storm Drop here. Over at the 4th base, or 3rd base, excuse me. So many lurkers on the field here for JaeDong. Did you see this field of lurkers? It is insane right now how many he's managed to produce. I don't think that I don't think it's gonna cover
the whole. It's just a line across the whole map basically, because he doesn't really have any choke point. He kind of gave up the ridge, so he has to just cover the whole thing now.
With this number of lurkers, he will be able to do so. More drones being produced here. Another base should be on the way here shortly for JaeDong. He can definitely secure that 6 o'clock. He's got the lurker spread to do so. Base here at the center left is being taken by SnOw. He's going to try to take that behind the push here. I like the idea. Shoving towards the left, bringing up the Reavers. He's going to try and pick off some of these lurkers for free. But more and more Lings coming forward. He's in a dangerous position here to be flanked by the entirety of JaeDong's army from the left side. The high ground is nice. Oh, big plague there on a bunch of these Dragoons, and he will shove everything back. Going for more plagues here. Storms are trying to fall on these units to get rid of them, get rid of that Defiler before it can get the Plague off. Nice surround on an Archon, trading that for a few Lings. Very, very nice.
Is SnOw expanding to 9 o'clock? That's like, it's an aggressive expansion.
Absolutely, yeah. He's expanding behind the push here, but now as he backs away, it's going to open up a path here for JaeDong to attack, and it's a very, very close push position. Reaver's going to drop here, clean up these Lings pretty efficiently, but a Defiler walking from the natural really doesn't need to take much time to get over to this to this next expansion from SnOw. Dark Swarm's coming up here in the front. Oh, what is this? Drops? Is this a bunch of loaded up drops that are going to head for the Protoss main here? I'm not sure. We got Dark Swarm on the ground, but not too many lurkers underneath that. All of the Reavers have been plagued. I'm going to pick off one of those with a few Lings and a Hydra. Doing a good trade there. Okay, all these Overlords, I think they were moving in position for a drop, but I don't think they're actually ready for a drop just yet. Got more and more lurkers shoving forward here. War of attrition now between SnOw and JaeDong. Dark Swarms coming up in the front. Lurkers trying to run underneath those, but with the Archons under Dark Swarm, you can't really break that with Hydra. Reaver's here under Dark Swarm as well. Very hard to pick off. Reaver. 31 kill Reaver with 1 HP because it's been plagued. A big counterattack moving around the right-hand side. I don't see a Defiler with this. Probably would need one to break that base. We've got a High Templar. Only 3 cannons, though. 3 cannons and a High Templar. Not enough to stop all these units from pouring into this position. And SnOw is so far away from this. One storm goes down. That's a pretty decent storm. A lot of Lings getting killed off for that. More Lings coming up here. These are cracklings with good upgrades. Can he break this? It's going to go right after this Nexus. Nexus is falling. It's getting so low. Beautiful storm there.
Ooh, nice storm.
Oh, the storm. Nexus still getting very low. Where are the lurker? Oh, wow. He picks it off and saves the base, even storming his own probes to save that location, but he manages to do it. Unfortunately for him, though, a Defiler's made its way over here to the left side now, and with lurkers on the high ground, it's going to be a very tough position to break through. He can probably, with reinforcing Lings and Hydra's lurker, just break that center left. You can see the difference in this game between games we've casted in the past. How many Hydras and lurkers are being produced here from JaeDong. He's not relying on Ultra at all in this game here. He's just really massing up the Hydra, massing up the lurker and Ling, and trying to cast the most efficient Dark Swarms and Plagues that he possibly can in order to take down this 5-base Protoss. There's not too many probes at this base over here at the top center. And another counterattack of Ling's going to move around the map. Maybe he can get a quick snipe on that base. 6 o'clock's now been taken. This mineral only's been taken here. Base is everywhere around the map. Hatcheries everywhere.
Full production.
We can't see the mineral counts here from JaeDong, but I'm assuming they're insanely high. Drop possibly now? Is this an actual drop or is this another?
That looks like a real drop because I don't see an army on the map big enough for how much he's producing.
Looks like a Protoss counterattack going to come through towards this mineral only, but at the same time, this drop may end up taking out the 9 o'clock. Tons of Hydras and Lings are being dropped here, but that's all clumped up. He could get a huge storm on that. 6 o'clock is also under threat. Looks like most of the probes will be able to evacuate this position. A drop here at the top center. He's going to go for the kill on this base. I think he gets the Nexus as well. Dark Swarm on all of this. So much action on the map right now. JaeDong not even able to burrow his lurkers over at the 9 o'clock, but he's going to be able to pick off this 12 Nexus.
Unless he doesn't focus it down.
So far, not focusing that down. Yeah, you're right, but he looks like he's going to be able to get that. defense here on the center right.
Oh, just in time.
Throwing down the Dark Swarms, saving this location. The Nidus as well, so powerful here in this situation. Keeping this base alive here. He's gonna go after the observers as well. He gets one of those. Bringing up some reinforcements here from the left side. Everything here has been plagued. Ling's coming down from the north. He might get this Reaver. 25 kill Reaver goes down to the last Ling that's hitting it, and that is basically it for this push. SnOw has no Reavers. He's only got a few Archons left, and he's sitting here on one base mining. Oh my god, JaeDong has done it. It looks like that drop play coming in at the 9 and the 12 o'clock at the same time, trading 2 base for 2 base here. But JaeDong still has that longevity in his mining. He's gonna mine out a lot slower than his opponent. Trading here with the Hydras as well, picking off whatever he can. It looks like he's gonna get another Archon. Archon goes down. The surround on this final army from SnOw. It appears that SnOw is just out of gas. Reaver coming up here, but with no shuttle, it gets picked off immediately. Templar getting wiped up here as they move across the map to reinforce. Some good storms go down, but there's just nothing left right now for this Protoss player. He's trying to make wine out of water here, but he taps out. GG. JaeDong victorious. He knocks out SnOw. Will move on to the round of 4. Of course, he didn't make it to the finals this season, but showcasing some fantastic play here. The pinnacle of ZVP in 2010. And kind of the forerunner, the forefather of the games that we'll be seeing in 2023, the post-remastered era. Comes out, he signs the t-shirt.
This was definitely the game that, at least to me, like stood out as like, okay, this is how you do late game ZVP. You just rely on that kind of low tech Hydra Ling, and then just lots of Defiler, just playing the army, playing the long game of lots of small units, Hydra Ling, Defiler, Lurker, not using the big Ultra Ling army, because really up until this point there were still Zergs that were using Ultralists in the late game versus Protoss, just because it is, the big bad ultimate unit, and that's easy to macro and easy to micro. But this just showed how cost efficient it was, because like SnOw had such a huge unstoppable army in that game. But JaeDong just showed how the use of this kind of tech can be so much more efficient and so much faster and taking down bases and holding off pushes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't have to confront the Protoss army directly. I think the thinking up until this point was, all right, Protoss has this massive army. They've got, 4 or 5 bases. We need something that can fight Archon, Reaver, and all the other, like Templar and everything. But he proved here in this game that you don't actually need to confront that army. You can go around with drops, you can go around with counterattacks, pick off bases, and force the Protoss player to come to you, to walk into Lurker, and take a great trade in both cases. This was the big critical moment of this game when SnOw was pushing down this ramp here, taking out a ton of Lurkers just before the counterattack to the 12 o'clock. That JaeDong was just barely able to hold on with Defiler, Lurker, Hydra, and Ling. And once this area was broken, once he got that counterattack off to the 12 o'clock, JaeDong was able to secure this position. He was able to take that ramp away from SnOw and force him to break that position. And that's when the momentum really started to go into JaeDong's favor. Here we go. Now that JaeDong's held off that push from SnOw, he's sending around the counterattack here. He didn't manage to kill the Nexus with this counterattack, but he did a lot of damage. And he forced the attention of SnOw back up here to his side of the map, up to the 12 o'clock. Really changed the momentum of the game. You can see the entirety of SnOw's army pulling back from that high ground. He's sending everything back here to clear that out. And that left a huge open position for JaeDong to then occupy. The Nexus going down here was so incredibly close. And even though it didn't fall, he still managed to take on this game. Look at that. Just so close here. That was like 2 crackling hits away from being dead. There's another moment in the game there.
There were a lot of red units from SnOw this game that JaeDong got so close to killing and then had to wait for a second wave to take it down, like with shuttles and reavers and Nexus.
Yeah, absolutely. Struggle of Zerg is real. Look at that. He's got the Templar there. If he had thrown down some storms on those dropping units, they were dropping so clumped up here. That's one of the things that he was just taxed.
Just over. Yeah, just so much going on at this point. Yeah, there's 4 fights going on right now.
Yeah. This is a great play, loading up the Defiler, bringing the Lurkers and Lings to the 12 o'clock just to get that final kill.
Yeah. I'm thinking that because JaeDong took this super turtley style and he wasn't putting any pressure onto SnOw for the first 10 or 12 minutes, really, that was kind of what allowed him to get this the shuttle reaver tech out so early, maybe? Instead of it just being like, oh yeah, why don't Protoss do it? It's just, oh yeah, usually Protoss are dealing with a Hydra bus at their door the whole time, right? Usually, or they're like, or usually by like the 10 or 12 minute mark, a modern Zerg goes like 6 Hydra and just has like 60 Hydras instead of 4 bases with some Sunkens. That's like way less threatening, or immediate threat rather.
Right, and those early Reavers would have been insanely good against Ultralists, by the way. Oh my god, KCM here. Is that KCM in the middle?
Oh, yeah.
It looks like him.
Yeah, he used to be a caster.
Well, he's still a caster, but he used to be a caster for MSL.
Used to be a NBC caster, yeah. Oh yeah, now they're talking to
awesome.
JaeDong, why didn't you make Ultralists? What's your problem? That's what they're asking him.
Well, I just think that Hydras are like way better, and you don't actually have to fight the Protoss army. You just have to counterattack, and then Lurkers under Darkstorm are really good and stuff. So that's kind of my thinking.
Someone's probably gonna comment that we have like that. I have the meta game shift all wrong. It's like, oh yeah, this happened like 6 months or a year ago, and I'm just remembering wrong or whatever. But
This was
the game that I remember, and it was a cool, awesome, epic game that shows the state of the meta game by 2011.
Yeah, and it kind of follows from our earlier videos as well, where we were commenting about the Ultralist meta and how it eventually went away. This is kind of when it went away, and people were really shown the true power of late game Zerg versus Protoss with constant Defiler play and crackling Lurkers everywhere, just mass Hydra. It was very, very powerful, and it changed the game forever. You never see Ultralists these days. It's so rare. I would only build Ultralists if I was a million years ahead, light years ahead, and I just wanted the Protoss player to get out of the game. I mean, any other reason, you're putting yourself into a bad position because the Protoss can trade so efficiently against that. Ultras are very expensive. Hydralists and Lings are not. They're super, super cheap.
Yeah, but Ultras are cool though.
I mean, they are pretty cool. That's true. You ever seen the Starcraft 2, what was it, Heart of the Swarm trailer? That was pretty awesome.
A long time ago, yeah.
They didn't quite capture, I think, the the coolness of the Ultralisk though in StarCraft 2 like they did in StarCraft 1. Like the sound I think was kind of silly.
The piggish sounds of an Ultra stomping around.
Yeah, and like the attack, the Ultralisk attack.
The attack sound in StarCraft 2 is
so bad.
Way down.
It sounded like you were taking swipes with a, I don't know, like with a scythe or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was really weird. I definitely didn't agree with that decision, but Ultralisk in StarCraft 2 I think a lot more useful, at least in some metas. That's the problem with StarCraft 2, and I'm making a video right now about that.
Yeah.
Is like
this has turned into a StarCraft 2 hate video. First off, we already agree that it should have just been Broodwar, but there's an upgrade for the Scourge to get better, right? Like that's
should have been StarCraft 2.
Yeah. But then they went ahead and did all these sound effect differences, and
hell, it's about time the Scourge could finally connect with Speed Shuttle.
That's what StarCraft 3 like. That should be like I mean, they'll never make StarCraft 3, but like that should be the opening trailer is like the Scourge at the Overmind or whatever, getting glasses put on,
getting laser corrective surgery.
Yeah, getting some LASIK. Yeah.
Finally able to hit something.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I have heard
Stork is here too, I guess.
Oh shit, so. There he is.
Oh yeah, they used to do like we're just doing 2 best of 5s in a row, round of 8 style.
Nice. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Looks like a lot of people, JaeDong fans, getting out of here. I don't want to see Stork
fans
play.
Out, Stork fans in.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to have to cut out the audio from this part probably as well.
Yeah.
But that's it for another RetroCast here. We're going to have some more. We've got a whole list of RetroCasts to go through, so stay tuned for more. See you in the next one.